Trust you for us to make it through.
I've been in the game since I was 8. I've been writing rap since I was about 8. He kidnapped me. Birdman Slim kidnapped me. I was about 9 when they kidnapped me. So, I've been thugging since I was 9. You understand? And then I had a few family problems, so I drifted off, and I got back with them. Now I make 15 months, and I'm on my first solo album. It's through. It's be out October 19th. The Black is High.
Some would say Lil Wayne stands as a pivotal figure in hip-hop history. Originally named Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., born on September 27, 1982, in New Orleans, Louisiana. As we mentioned in our documentary, hip-hop's biggest psyop, Wayne has profoundly influenced the sound and trajectory of modern rap. Once Wayne made Supernatural more powerful than the streets, rappers who weren't street-affiliated had a way in. The new dominant flex was about being mentally unstable, detached, or above human concerns, which led directly to emo rap. Before Lil Wayne, pre-2008, mental instability was seen as a weakness, not a flex. After Lil Wayne, 2008, embracing supernatural demonic themes makes you more powerful. Being mentally unstable is a flex, not a weakness. Street credibility is secondary to persona and myth-making. Yet this influence should not be romanticized. Promotion of drugs, violence, lean, and pills has positioned him as a dominant force in mainstream culture. Wayne's persona has been bolstered by fabricated childhood narratives that construct a facade of street credibility aimed at enticing consumers. When listeners believe in his authenticity, they feel compelled to invest their money in his music, until the culture shifts and his real character emerges. Growing up in the Holly Grove neighborhood of New Orleans, Wayne was raised by his mother. Allegedly, Wayne's biological father abandoned the family, and his stepfather was tragically killed. Birdman became a father figure to him. It is said that by age 9, he joined the Cash Money Records label, becoming the youngest member of the label. Birdman eventually takes the preteen rapper, saying, "I just wanted to help him."
He just kept coming. He wanted it. He wanted the life. And I just wanted to help him because I ain't want him to live my life. I just saw some young bro with some talent, and I thought I could help him.
But here in the clip, Wayne says something different about the age of meeting Birdman.
I've been in the game since I was 8. I've been writing rap since I was about 8. He kidnapped me. Birdman Slim kidnapped me. I was about 9 when they kidnapped me.
You know him since you were how old?
I messed up when I was 11, May 1993.
This statement runs counter to Birdman's origin story.
His parents went to school with my brother and sister.
Hey, my mama went to school with him.
His parents went to school with my brother and sister.
Wow. You know what I mean? All she would say was like, boy, that boy was 14 with $1 million. And she was scared of him. You know who baby wasn't. He's a million.
Furthermore,
first saw my first million, I was 14, turning 15.
What's some of the first shit you bought?
I ain't buy nothing because I couldn't buy nothing. Because I was in the streets. I wasn't going to send myself to the penitentiary.
Let's consider this point. It's simply implausible. No 14-year-old from the projects could manage to hold on to $1 million without facing serious danger, such as being robbed or killed. It is essential to recognize just how extremely challenging it is for a young teenager to accumulate such wealth, especially without the life experience needed to navigate the risks of incarceration. Remember, he allegedly came out of the boy's home, so he was already under some kind of radar.
As a young nigga by older niggas, right? When I come out the boys' home, I went straight to the streets. Right after that, the streets became my life.
But on the afternoon of November 11th, 1994,
My mom ain't get off till late. I snoop around the room, find like, damn,
I found a pistol. I was in there on my rap. Got a gun, music blasting, thinking I'm safe. Playing around, and after that.
They assert that the shooting took place on November 11th, 1994, as he was engrossed in watching the Big Papa video by the Notorious B.I.G. on television.
And yeah, I was watching, I could remember it was Notorious Big video on I Love It When You Call Me Big Papa. Yeah, I remember that.
This vivid account offers us a compelling starting point for further research to verify the details surrounding that day. The music video for Notorious B.I.G.'s Big Papa debuted in January 1995.
But on the afternoon of November 11th, 1994,
I was watching, I could remember it was Notorious Big video on I Love It When You Call Me Big Papa. Yeah.
Given this timeline, it's evident that he would not have had the opportunity to see it before its release. This situation raises a crucial question about the context of the story. Is he genuinely misremembering? Both children and adults can significantly retain memories of traumatic experiences, particularly those involving near-death situations. However, the multitude of inconsistencies in his narrative suggests that this isn't just a simple case of misremembering. It appears to be a crafted story intended to enhance his persona as he transitioned into mainstream popularity. While it's understandable that mistakes can happen when recalling ages, given the pivotal role this narrative has played in shaping his career, one would expect that he or his team would have verified the details by now. In one instance, he claims to have been 12 years old when he shot himself.
At the age of 12 years old, I shot myself.
In another, he states he was 14.
I was 14. Oh. And I was in the crib.
It's worth noting that back in 1999, he falsely claimed to be 14.
You turned 15 Monday?
Yeah.
You're 14 years old?
Yeah.
You turned 15 Monday?
Yeah.
You're 14 years old?
Yeah.
He was allegedly born in 1982. This interview was in 1999. Do the math. So do we really know the age of Lil Wayne? He was effectively saying the shooting happened around the time of that interview. Moreover, his accounts of how the police were alerted are conflicting. In one interview, he insists his friend called the authorities.
Everybody jumped over my body to go get the guns and drugs. We called the ambulance.
We called the ambulance.
While in another, he says he crawled to the phone to make the call himself.
Laid out on the floor, he crawled to the phone and called 911.
This level of misremembering is beyond coincidence. It suggests a deliberate attempt to alter the narrative, as if they expect us to forget previous statements or articles. Then there's Robert Hubler, the New Orleans police officer who supposedly played a crucial role in saving Lil Wayne at the ages of 11, 12, 13, or 14. Lil Wayne mentions Uncle John in one interview.
Looking up at him like, who are you? He said, I'm Uncle John. That's what he told me his name was, Uncle John.
Only to later switch to Uncle Bob.
He said, don't worry, my name's Uncle Bob. I know a good motherfucker named Uncle Bob, though. He said, I'm Uncle John. I know a good motherfucker named Uncle Bob, though.
These glaring contradictions cannot be ignored. With such a tangled web of conflicting statements, it's difficult not to suspect that there is a deeper level of deception at play in the story surrounding Lil Wayne. The ending story is that the officer grabbed Lil Wayne after being shot, put him in his squad car, and drove to the hospital.
He picked me up and he told whoever was driving, he's like, behind the wheel, now.
They opened the door for me because I had him in my arms. I was carrying him just like a baby.
This is another false story. We see here from the Trace website. In New Orleans, police officers generally do not transport gunshot victims in their squad cars. According to a spokesperson from the New Orleans Police Department, officers are instructed to secure the scene and await EMS transport. There are no instances on record of police routinely transporting shooting victims. Did you catch that? There are no instances on record of police routinely transporting shooting victims. Unlike cities such as Philadelphia, which have formal policies allowing officers to rush gunshot victims to the hospital, New Orleans does not have such a practice. EMS is the designated responder. The New Orleans Police Department relies on trained EMS personnel to transport and provide medical care to shooting victims. But why not? It should be obvious that scene safety and crime investigation, officers' primary responsibilities at a shooting include securing the scene and preserving evidence, activities that would be hampered if they left with a patient. Lack of medical training. EMS responders are equipped and trained to handle medical emergencies. Police are not. No official allowance for transportation. As noted, there's no instance where officers transported a gunshot victim, or any victim for that matter, per the department's standard policy. If the story were real and Lil Wayne had succumbed to his injuries, the repercussions for the officers could have been severe, potentially exposing them to significant legal liability. Furthermore, if Lil Wayne or his friends called the police while bleeding out, why did dispatch only send police officers and no ambulance?
4 New Orleans policemen responded to the call.
Convenient for the story, right? I guess they were bending all the rules for this future rapper. Lil Wayne shares images of his wounds.
Yeah. Where'd you hit yourself?
The chest.
Let's see.
There.
Wow.
Came out through the back.
But how can we truly verify that they originate from the incidents he describes? The truth is, we can't. Those injuries might stem from an entirely different situation altogether. Let's not take everything at face value without seeking deeper clarity. Let's take a moment to reflect on our documentary about emo rap and hip-hop, as this clip highlights some important points we've made. So the modern rap narrative is, if you're not depressed, you're not real. Note that the key industry tactics are that they normalize depression as an identity. Fans now see themselves in these sad rappers. They push pills as a lifestyle. Percocet, Xanax, and lean are constantly referenced.
About mental health.
What I wish they knew is that it's real. That is real. And there is no bar to measure how real.
Horrorcore and gangsta rap were industry tools to control black expression. Now, depression rap and pharma rap are the new tools being used. The narrative surrounding this genre has evolved significantly, shifting from a superficial, wannabe street story.
Carrying a gun then, too?
Yeah, I stay strapped. I mean, I'm strapped right now. Like, you can't go nowhere not strapped.
I was in there on my rap. Got a gun, music blasting.
To one that resonates with themes of depression to fit the times.
He also talks about when he was 12, coming across a gun in his mother's house and shooting himself in the chest, just missing his heart. Now, before he's called this an accident, you've heard him talk about it on songs, but on a new verse, he admits that it was a suicide attempt after his mother told him that he would no longer be allowed to rap.
This change appears to be aimed at connecting emotionally with listeners in order to drive album sales, with articles saying he started noticing his mental health issues as early as 10 years old. This pattern of constantly changing the story is proof that it is serving an agenda. After all, Lil Wayne said this.
I got shot, I took a bullet. It ain't like I done it on purpose.
I got shot, I took a bullet. It ain't like I done it on purpose.
So again, Wayne just admitted it wasn't done on purpose. This just proves my point. This story is serving more than one agenda, and the other side of the tale plays directly into the racial tensions.
Everybody jumped over my body to go get the guns and drugs and whatever they could find. It took one guy to stop right there and just cuss everybody that hopped over me out. Like, what the f are y'all doing? Picked me up, brought me to the hospital. He didn't drop me off at the ambulance and say, you take him. He brought me to the hospital room. He was white as snow. The that hopped over me was blacker than me.
Was he a cop?
Yeah, he was a cop, and my life was saved by a white man.
During the time of this interview, the racial tensions were high within the media. Lil Wayne was sent to further agitate the black community with this interview. When considering the many contradictions surrounding Lil Wayne's life and statements, we should question the reasoning behind these shifting narratives. Some might claim he's simply high or under the influence, but if that were the case, how could he so effortlessly recall specific phone numbers?
Lil Slim was there. He introduced me to Baby and them, and I spit for Baby, and they gave me a card. And I ain't never stopped calling the number on that motherfucker. It was 2 numbers on there. It was 522-3660 and 596-5109. The 3660 was the office number. The 5109 was Baby's beeper number.
You can't have it both ways. His reputation for substance use seems to allow for a convenient excuse when it comes to altering his stories, making it easy for listeners to accept whatever he chooses to say. These inconsistencies warrant a deeper investigation into the true motivations at play. We should question the claim that Lil Wayne's father was killed or that his biological father has played no role in his life.
Real name's Dwayne, right?
Real name.
So why'd you drop the D?
I'll tell you right here on TV. I dropped the D because I'm a junior. My father's living, and he's not in my life, and he's never been in my life. So I don't want to be Dwayne. I'd rather be Wayne.
Does he know that?
He knows now.
In a sense, he should have changed his entire name to Brian Christopher Carter Jr. or Reginald Carter Jr., not Dwayne Michael Carter Jr. The point is, he's still adopting the name Jr., even though he claims he doesn't want to be associated with his real father. With the numerous fabrications that have emerged throughout his career, it's only logical to be skeptical of these narratives. Also, the circumstances surrounding meeting Birdman are suspicious.
His parents went to school with my brother and sister.
I spit for Baby. I met him. It was at a record store. Lil Slim was there, the artist, the dude. He introduced me to Baby and them, and I spit for Baby. And
BG was already living with me.
Okay. And his mother, BG's mom?
BG's mom gave him to me.
Okay. And you were at this point,
I told her about 17.
This is also crazy. They're 13 and you're 17 and their parents are giving that to you.
I was a kid. I was a baby raising babies.
Yeah.
So, are we to believe that BG's mother would entrust her 13-year-old son to a 17-year-old? Mothers do not typically hand over their children, especially ones as young as 8, 9, 10, 11, or 13, unless there was prior knowledge of cash money records becoming a $1 million business. This lead me to believe that Birdman, BG, and Lil Wayne are likely interconnected, hidden family members. Perhaps this is why the mothers are willing to leave their child with a 14-year-old millionaire in the projects. It's clear that there's more to the story than we've been led to believe. The reality is, if it's true, they may never publicly acknowledge it. As of now, they tell us, his alleged stepfather, Reginald Rabbit McDonald, he was reportedly taken out of the picture due to a supposed murder. In fact, during an interview, Lil Wayne mentioned that on the day his stepfather passed away, Birdman picked him up and remarked, "What's wrong? You look like you just lost a father."
the day my pop, Reginald McDonald, the day he passed in 96, Stunner picked me up that same day. The same day. I got in the car, I had a little look on my face. He said his exact words was, "Look like you just lost your father. What's wrong?" I mean,
how old were you?
I was like 14.
14. Yeah. Were you close with your pops?
Yeah.
I'm sure fans will easily interpret this as an implication that Birdman was somehow involved in that so-called murder, but I don't view it that way. This gives the impression of a scripted storyline. Given that Birdman was reportedly savvy enough to evade prison at just 14 years old and handle $1 million, it's unlikely he would suddenly say this and have a child recall such a statement. This would ultimately raise questions if Wayne would have told someone. Wayne's public statement about this decisively indicates that he feels Birdman was involved, or want us to think he was involved, planting the seed for a future media soap opera. Otherwise, why would he say it? Making such assertions has the potential to create serious tension between Birdman and the family of his alleged stepfather, Rabbit. But to me, it seems that they might be fabricating a backstory to set the stage for a future film about his life at the end of his career. Furthermore, another odd thing is that Lil Wayne referred to his stepfather using his full name.
The day, my pop, Reginald McDonald, the day he passed.
This is not typical behavior for someone who has been raised by or had a close bond with another person. But what we know is that rappers, and artists in general, exaggerate, dramatize, or fabricate their lives in their public personas to build a compelling persona. In hip-hop, having a strong, unique identity helps you stand out. Some artists may create or enhance stories to seem more dangerous, successful, or real than they actually are. It's often a mix of marketing, creative license, and industry executives. Hip-hop has roots in so-called real-life struggle, but also in performance and storytelling, which can blur the line between fact and fiction. But you should know that by now.
God damn it, Dwayne. Ho! God damn it, Dwayne Carter. You can stun her in his mouth. What you, Birdman daughter? You mentioned